Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Extraordinary Family Life Podcast. Today, I want you to go on a little journey with me. Go in your mind back in time. And for some of you, you may need to go back just a few years. For some of you, you might need to go all the way back to your childhood. But I want you to go back in your mind in time and remember dreams you had, not the dreams that you had at night, but dreams of your future, big dreams, big goals, the things you dreamed about achieving, doing, becoming. Go back in time, go back in your mind with me. What are those things? What did you used to dream about? What did you used to see and envision? What did you used to get so excited about that you could daydream about it for hours, or it would keep you up at night? What dream did you have? And then here's my big question. What dream have you given up on? What goal have you let go? I want you to go with me on another little trip here, another little journey. We were in Guatemala. This was years ago. We had gone down to visit some friends, and we literally were going to stay 2 or 3 weeks. We were on this big overlanding trip as a family, which was so awesome. I kind of miss overlanding. There's something, little total tangent here. We should all try different modes of travel. There's just something to be learned by it. There's something to be learned by flying private jets, right? Oh man, that is so nice. Or even small airplanes, like take a teeny little airplane and go somewhere. There's something to be said about, an experience in big international flights. And then there's something to be experienced in trains. Take speed trains and take slow trains. There's something to be experienced and learned in taking buses, nice buses and chicken buses, what they call the chicken buses through Central South America. Oh my goodness. I've hours and hours and hours across countries and mountains and windy roads and every kind of condition, and in the swamp heat and no air conditioning. Oh, insane stuff. But take a bus, do it sometime, where you're just packed in there like sardines, and you're smashed 4 adults to a little seat that's supposed to be for 3 kids. And it was a school bus from the 70s. And then driving or cycling. We've met many, many people who cycled across the United States or cycled from Alaska to Panama. We met one family who rode their bicycles with their kids from Alaska to the bottom of Argentina. I've met people who walked from Alaska to the bottom of Florida. Literally walked it, right? And so every mode of travel, or ridden motorcycles, lots of motorcyclers. So I think it would be valuable. So total side tangent here that I was not expecting just kind of came up. Just travel in all these different ways. So we were overlanding, and there's something wonderful about overlanding. You pack your stuff up, you got some tents, you stay in tents or hotels or hostels, and you just drive across a big stretch. And you do it kind of slowly so you can stop and experience things. You take little detours. And the way we did it, in fact, we did a massive stretch of it, multiple countries without any maps. We would just go and ask, hey, where do we go? How do we get here? And then we would ask the locals wherever we went, hey, tell me about some beaches, some waterfalls, beautiful things to see or do and experience here locally. And we ended up having experiences and, oh man, seeing things, meeting people that never would have happened otherwise. Things that would never pop up in a Google search or on the map or anything. It was unreal. And best restaurants and so cool. Anyways, back to my story. We had been overlanding from Alaska. We were going to drive all the way to the bottom of Argentina. We made it to Panama and then decided to go to Europe instead. But while we were in Guatemala, we met this wonderful, wonderful family and just such great people. And we realized that there's this good, hardworking people who just didn't have enough. And this one particular family loved them so much. It's Juan and Paulina were the parents, and they had 3 kids. And at the time we met him, he was earning about $60 a month, I think, to try to support his family. And they lived up this steep dirt path up to a little adobe house. And he's just an incredible human being, both of them. Just great, great people, the kind of people you just want to be like and love and admire and honor. And I remember talking to him. We wanted to help him. He was sharp. He'd grown up, been out on his own as a little kid. Literally was out on his own at 7. Ate grass to survive. His parents were alcoholics and just beat him. And tough story. Didn't go to school. Grew up speaking Kaqchikel, and then later learned Quiche and a little bit of Sutujil, and then taught himself Spanish. Just incredible story. But I remember talking to him at one point and asking him if he had dreams, because we wanted to help him. He was smart. He was hardworking. We're like, we got to come up with some ways to help this guy thrive, which we ended up doing. And then we ended up co-founding this wonderful organization it's called Cultiva International. It's a wonderful nonprofit that helps people in Guatemala. It's self-reliance. It's helping them feed themselves, get nutritious food, and grow gardens, and just really awesome. And by the way, side note right now, at the time of this recording, because of the shutdown of the economy and COVID, like the people have literally run out of food. And the government for a while handed out food, and then they ran out. And so, like many families literally do not have any food and no means to earn food because the government has still shut everything down. And so if you're in a place where you can donate, please do that. I know I have some friends in Mexico that are doing the same thing. They're gathering money, and then Cultiva is accepting money and literally just giving food to people who have no food. So if you're in a position to help, look up Cultiva International. And I know them really well. I totally trust them. The money goes straight to the people. Side note there, if you can help. But I remember asking Juan what he dreamed about, and he's like, no, I don't. I'm like, what about goals, dreams? If you could do anything? He's like, none. And we pushed and we pressed, like, what's going on? And finally it came out. He basically said, well, I didn't let myself dream because it was too painful. Because he says, I believed that it would never happen. So why dream about it? It just hurt. And I get it, right? That makes sense. If you sit there and dream about something that you believe will never happen, that's just torture. And it's interesting. I learned that years ago, and then as I've come across people all over the world, and as I do coaching and work with you guys and with wonderful people, I realize a lot of you have told me that you kind of did the same thing. You got into adult life and you just stopped dreaming. You stopped allowing yourself to dream. You just kind of shut that down and kind of acquiesced, right, into this, well, this is the way things are. And you settled into a reality, and we all do it. I've done it too. Maybe I'm assuming you've probably done it a little bit. What goal or dream have you given up on? And that's why I wanted you to go with me in this journey back years ago to what are the things you dreamt about? What are the goals you had? What things in your youth or in your 20s or 30s or, where you're just like, oh yeah, someday, yes, I'm going to do that, right? And what are those things? In fact, I would love, I wish we were all together and could share, but I would love for you to message me. If we're not connected on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, connect with me and shoot me a message, share it with me. I would love to hear what dream maybe you had or have given up on. And my point today, my hope today is to rekindle that dream. I think sometimes, life can be hard. I'm with you. Life can be brutal, and it can it can hit us some hard blows and blow us over and knock us off path and beat us down. But there's a resilience inside of us. There's strength inside of you. a lot of it. And I'm guessing it hasn't been fully tapped into yet. And so I want to invite you today to dream again, to bring up that old goal, that old dream, and start working on it. Start asking yourself, instead of just saying, well, that'll never happen, just start saying, how could it happen? How could I make that? Maybe you're living in a place that you don't want to live in, and you had a dream of having your own little farm, or maybe it's an apartment in the city. I don't know. Maybe you had this dream of going to see the 7 wonders of the world, or to visiting all 7 continents, or to, overlanding. Maybe you're crazy like us and you want to overland across the Silk Road, right? That's one of the overland trips we want to do. Or maybe you just want to buy those one-way plane tickets. They're called around the world tickets. And you literally just keep flying in one direction. You just pick your direction. You just, as many flights as you can, just going in one direction, and you circle the earth. Maybe you want to take a year or 2 or 10 and just wander with your family. Maybe you want to start a nonprofit. Maybe you just want to get a 6-pack, right? You ever wanted that? You ever wanted a 6-pack? Or maybe you ever wanted to do, for some of you, maybe just you wanted to do 1 pull-up. For some of you, maybe wanted to do 60. Or you ever got to the 100 push-up club? It's a thing. If the 100 push-up club, you can do 100 consecutive push-ups without a break. Or maybe you just wanted to lose the weight and you've just given up. I know some of you, maybe you've tried and you're just like, I'm done. And you just kind of quit. And I want you to, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, if you still want it, sometimes it changes. That's normal, right? I've had some goals and dreams, and I'm like, it just shifted. I'm like, yeah, I don't want that anymore. But when I stop and think about it, it's like, yeah, there's still some goals and dreams. And I did it today, and I was just thinking, like, what are some things that I dreamt about doing? I'm like, yeah, I still want to do that. I had this goal, and I let it go for a while. But I think it's coming back. I want to break 20,000 feet. So I want to go up a mountain and get higher than 20,000 feet. And there's not many peaks that do that. And it is way up there, my friends. So I've been up to 18,500. And I want to get Kilimanjaro's like 19.3 or 19.5 or something. So it's close. I want to break 20. And as I was thinking about it, I'm like, yep, I still want to do it. I talked to a friend the other day, and he had his whole life always wanted to do a backflip, but he never did. And now he's 40, and I talked to him. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out how to do it. I'm doing it this summer. Like, awesome. I talked to a young man, and he says, you know what? I'm going to learn how to dunk a basketball this summer. I'm going to work out so hard and work on my vertical. I'm going to dunk a basketball this summer. And like maybe you wanted to make something. Maybe you wanted, your goal or dream was with music or art or creativity. Maybe you wanted to start a business and you're like, no, you just stopped. What is it? What's your thing? And message me. Seriously, message me. I want to know. I wish we were all together so we could share right now. But what is it? What's your thing? What's your thing that you maybe have given up on? And I want to ask you this question and give you some hope and encouragement. And I've got my own story is this of like, just kind of accepting, kind of acquiescing, right? And settling and like, oh no, it'll never be great. And I remember going through time periods like that of trying and failing and thinking, I should just give up. This is ridiculous. This is torture. Why did I think we could ever do this, right? Or, and I've met so many people that just, they wanted to acquiesce or quit. They just never thought they could do it. But that when we get that grit and when we get that hunger and when we get that drive and that resilience and that determination inside of us, then these dreams can come alive and they can happen. And I've met so many incredible people that have literally created their seemingly impossible dreams. And if they can do it, you can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. And so if you still have that dream, if you still have that desire, I want to invite you to bring it back to life and slap it on a vision board and rewrite it every morning. I've shared that strategy with you, and I share it with my coaching clients. One of the most powerful things you can do is literally rewrite your big goals every single morning with pen and paper. Literally don't type them out, just rewrite them and maybe even say them out loud and rekindle that fire, and then start getting a concrete plan where you feel like every week you're at least taking steps in that direction. You with me? Like that way it feels real, because if we just talk about it and think about it but we don't do anything and we don't have a plan, then it even gets more painful and frustrating. Right? And we start saying, "Oh, it'll never happen. Here I go again. I'm just a failure. I tried it before and it didn't work, and I'm going to try it again and fail again." And don't do that. Like, learn from your mistakes. What did you try last time that didn't work? What did you fail to try last time that didn't work? Like, look at the systems, look at the strategy, look at the state you're in, look at the stories you told yourself, and switch that so it becomes possible. Get a coach, get some accountability, set up systems to succeed, get some grit and determination and resilience, and awaken that so you can go after it and like really get a solid plan this time to make it work. But the big question is this: are you living the life you've always wanted? And particularly, you know, my message is all about families. Are you living the family life you've always wanted to? And if you're not, why not? Why haven't you done it yet? What's stopping you? What's holding you back? What has prevented that from happening? Man, let this sink in. This is so powerful. This is so huge. Are you living the life? And be honest with yourself. Some of you have settled for way less and then told yourself, well, yeah, this is what I really wanted. And if that's true for you, if you have settled for less and then told yourself that's what you wanted, I'm calling you out with love right here. I'm calling you out. Level up. But be 100% honest with yourself. If you genuinely are right now living the life you always wanted, man, congratulations. Celebrate that stuff. Stay on it. Don't settle. Don't sit back and relax and think you've arrived. I mean, stay on your game. Keep your edge, right? So you can keep doing it. But if you're shy of the life you've always wanted to live, consider this a call to action and a call to rise up. And you can do it. Yes, you can do it. Like some of you might like, I can't. I'm so stressed. I'm so worn out. I'm so done. I'm like overwhelmed already. And sometimes the very thing we need is another big goal to push us, because we're afraid of being overextended, but sometimes overextension is the thing we need. We're afraid of being overloaded, but sometimes overload is the thing we need, because that's where growth happens. That's where we stretch and expand. That's where we can level up and become better, because you don't get stronger by doing only what you can do. You get stronger by attempting to do more than you can do. That's what forces you to level up, to expand. Does that make sense? Like you find growth and strength and expansion when we're testing our capacities. When we're pushing our current limits, it makes our limits bigger. Man, I love this stuff, right? I love this stuff. So maybe the very thing you need is to rekindle this dream. Bring it back to life. Resurrect that thing. Get it up there and shout it to the world. Share it with your loved ones. And watch out. Some of them are going to shoot it down. Some of them are going to poo-poo on your dream. And share it with me and get it out there. And if you guys get in our Extraordinary Family Life Group coaching, it's just we have this tribe of people who are chasing down their dreams. And we're supporting each other. We've got the 28-day challenges, the trackers. We get out, put up videos almost every day of tools and strategies for your health, for your marriage, for your parenting, for your family culture and lifestyle, for family finances. And we're giving you all these tools so that you can make this dream a reality. Oh man, I love this stuff. So will you do that, please? Just give it, even if you have just a few minutes, give it a few minutes. If you can give it more, sit down and write about it. Journal about it tonight. Really get it out. What did you used to dream about? What big goals did you have? Have you given up? Have you kind of let them go? Have you acquiesced? Have you settled for less than the life that you really want to live? And choose that thing. Choose that thing. Whatever it is, maybe it's built around relationships. Maybe it's built around finances. Maybe it's built around a certain kind of lifestyle or a contribution. Whatever it is, bring it back to life. Get strategic about it. Start building it. And if you need some help, if you've attempted before and it didn't work, or you feel just totally trapped and like, I don't know how to do this, or you don't feel like you have the knowledge or the skill set, you don't know where to get from where you are to where you want to go, let me help. Sign up for a personal coaching session. Right? Go to gregdenning.com and sign up for that. Like, this is what I do. I get to do this every day. I love it. How cool is that, right? This is the greatest this is the greatest work. I get to help people create their dreams and goals. And just make massive shifts, right? And just come up with strategies that actually work. Proven principles, proven practices that create momentum towards living the life you always wanted to live. Let's do it, my friends. I believe this. I believe every one of us has the potential and the capacity, the power to make it happen, to create it, to be creators, to be dreamers that become creators, and we create our dreams. So let's go out, let's make it happen, let's help each other, let's cheer each other along, share those dreams with me, resurrect them, share them with your friends and loved ones, get in a community or tribe that can support you, get accountability, get coaching if you need to, grab the books. I got an awesome book list if you want that, about, in every genre. Like, just get after it. Let's resurrect that dream and do the work to create it and live it. Awesome is always an option, my friends. Always an option. Reach upward.